All right, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lion Country Safari. We are so excited to have everybody back here, and we have our full team, and we are so excited because the Chimps had an absolute blast opening up all of your enrichments that you did, and everybody did such an amazing, wonderful job. So we're just going to go and just do a little quick introduction again. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Cody.
Hello, my name is Cody.
Hi, my name is Chelsea. I'm our education team here.
Hello, my name is Dana, and I'm our primary curator here.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you all for our quick introductions. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll the very first video.
Ho, happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so glad that you can join us here again at Lion Country Safari. Isn't this a wonderful day? Well, we have some wonderful gifts that we've received already from the children at all the different schools. And thank you so much. The Chimps are so looking forward. As you can see, they're so looking forward to getting to their new presents this year. I have something very, very special that I received. I want you to take a look at this. Somebody made us a really beautiful little snowflake with some messages on it. Can I read those to you? Great. See, one of them says, "Hello, be safe and healthy." That's always a great idea. What's this? "Hi, oh, I hope you have a good day." Well, I hope all of you have a good day also. And this? "Hello, have a good day." A double wish for a good day. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And this one, "Hey, I like your hair. It's pretty." Have a good day. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day too. And the Chimps are looking so forward to opening their presents that you made for them. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
This is Ben's group shifting to a new island to open up all the great presents. We like to give them the opportunity to have different enriching habitats, so we do like to shift them between the islands. They have different shelters and things they can explore. And this is Juniper. She found a present. She's super excited about it. They also do their pantooths, where you'll hear a lot of vocalizations. Here's Ben doing a display, so he's the alpha of the group, and he's just kind of reminding everyone he's in charge. He's super excited. It looks like he got a present, so he's excited about that. We fill it with lots of goodies for them. They love seeds, peanuts, fruit and veggies are in there, so they get super excited about that. Here's Jake opening a present. We like to stuff them with some hay and paper and things like that for them to go through and have to forage. So foraging is a natural behavior that they would do in the wild. So these kinds of enrichments allow them to be able to do that. And there's Tonk, one of our babies. He's almost 2. So we're excited to have babies in this group.
Merry Christmas, chimpanzees.
And here we're throwing some presents to the chimps. Every day we throw their diet and any medications that they have to get in juices to the island. And they're pretty good about sharing, but sometimes Ben likes to get more packages than the others. There's Irene. Looks like she's gonna explore and get a present there. Irene is one of the moms. She's actually Tonk's mom. And there's Juniper and our other baby, Lily. So Jake, you'll see, just tossed his hand in the air. That's basically just telling us that he wants something. So he's asking us to send him goodies. And you'll see the paper and things that he's pulling out. So our chimpanzees are actually endangered in the wild. Their habitats are endangered in Africa due to many different reasons. One of those reasons are mining for cell phones and electronics. So it's very important that we recycle those types of materials to help save their habitats. And Ben here, he's again the alpha of the group with a lot of presents. Normally the alpha of the group does get, a little bit more than the others, but this group gets along pretty well. So the job of the alpha in the group is to just keep the group in line and keep order to the group. It is normal to see a lot of fighting sometimes, just kind of finding places. It is based on a hierarchy, so you have the alpha, and then the rest of the group follows in an order. So here you see Tonk riding on Irene's back. They will do this for quite a few years, so that is normal that they stay bonded with their mothers. And they slowly learn new things and slowly start doing things on their own and not staying with the mothers as often as they get older. So here's Tonk swinging on some of the ropes that we have. This is enriching to them and something that they would be doing in the wild. And you can see he's having a lot of fun doing it. It looks like Tonk is maybe doing a little displaying, a little stomping around that he's learning from the alpha Ben. He's been starting to practice that. So you'll see that Tonk still has a little white tuft on his bum there, and that just basically signals to the group that I'm still a baby. He will lose that around 5 years of age. And at that time, that's when he will start finding his place in the hierarchy of the group, and start, taking on more adult behaviors. And here is June, again, with our youngest, Lily. She will be turning 1 this year.
Well, as you can see, the chimpanzees really enjoyed their gifts. And we thank you all for all the gifts that you provided to the chimpanzees, and we hope to see you soon here at Lion Country Safari. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We hope that you enjoyed seeing all of your enrichments, and it was really cool that Santa came all the way from the North Pole just to help put those enrichments out for their chimpanzees. Santa did tell me that this is absolutely one of his favorite special stops that he does, is coming to Lion Country Safari and seeing all the cool stuff that the students have made on Palm Beach County School District. So again, thank you all. We do have some questions that are already popping up. And I wanted to ask Cody, can you tell me, like, do the chimps really do get excited for Christmas?
Well, I think that question kind of answers itself. You guys saw how excited they were just by seeing him running over. As soon as that bridge was open, they couldn't stop themselves. So they kind of can't control how excited that they do get. You can hear that from their vocalizations they get, and that's one of the ways they communicate, not only with themselves, but with us. So they get very excited, and you can hear it, you can see it all over the place, and that's what makes this time of the year in December one of their favorite times of the year, is how excited they get.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Another question that came through that maybe you want to help us answer is, what kind of natural behaviors do you see the chimps doing because the enrichments were made?
Well, a big part of that with the presents would be foraging. So that's something that they would do in the wild to find food and goodies. So we provide that with the presents and putting the paper and hay and things like that in the present. So when they open it, they kind of have to still search for their food.
Thank you so much for that. And I already see that there's quite a few elementary schools that are popping in, and some of them that have made our cool enrichments. And this year is really neat because we even had some high school students that provided some enrichments for the chimpanzees as well. So do chimps talk to each other kind of like how humans talk to each other?
Well, it's similar. Obviously, the chimps can't speak words like we do, but they definitely do the vocalizations, different, the pant hoots when they're super excited. So, they use different kind of sounds and, body movements, kind of similar to people as well. We have different behaviors and the way that we, move and talk to each other in other ways, not with words. So it's kind of similar to that.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me chimps don't get on their cell phone or their laptop, go on Facebook, and contact each other?
Do they like TikTok?
I'm sure they would love to look at TikTok, but it's not exactly that, in that way, but I'm sure that they would still be entertained by it.
Do chimps like Christmas music?
I'm sure they love Christmas music. Of course they do, yes. Who doesn't love Christmas music, right? Music is also an enriching thing for the animals. All animals, chimpanzees especially. We do put music on for them, and movies and different things like that, just to keep them stimulated.
That's a great answer. Thank you so much. So what I was noticing is that the chimpanzees look like they're having a blast, just like how we would on Christmas morning. And we open up everything and we throw boxes and wrapping paper and bows everywhere. And it looks like it creates a really big mess. Like, how do you as chimp keepers clean that all up after the Christmas with the Chimps event? And is that like a lot of work for you all?
It is absolutely a lot of work for us, but to see how excited they get on that day makes it all worth it. It's not just an individual effort. It's multiple of us, and people even actually reach out to help us. If they see anything in the water, they'll come help us get it. So it's always windy out here in West Palm where we are, so a lot of stuff does end up in the lake, but thankfully it all floats. So we take our boat around the lake and just scoop it up with some rakes, and it's a lot of recycling that we end up throughout the week, but seeing how much fun that they have, it's no big deal. It makes it all worth it.
Wait, I have a quick question. Do you have to go on with the chimpanzees to clean up that mess, or?
That's a very good clarification. We absolutely never will go on with them. They are one of the most intelligent and dangerous animals we have. As much as we love them, I never want to be anywhere near them or in the same space as them. They are very territorial, and they naturally treat each other with aggression because that's how they deal with their own groups themselves. So also, Dana was speaking on it earlier, how they can speak to each other. Well, we can't, so they might be telling us something that we might not be able to pick up. So whenever you see an animal, you don't speak the same language, you should never get too close to it to begin with. So you saw them shifting on that bridge early in that video, that we actually go onto an empty island and set it all up previously, and then we open that bridge after we're off that island. So we are never occupying the same space as that animal.
Thank you so much for that. And I did want to piggyback off of that question with another question that I saw come through is, how do you learn what the chimpanzees like?
Oh, it's simple observation. We spend 8 hours a day with them, so it is through just watching them, honestly, patience and watching them. We throw things, we see how they react. You saw how excited they were when they opened the box, so we see them show certain excitement for a specific item. We just take note. So we notice some animals like sweet potatoes more than carrots, or all our animals love bananas. You know, they have preference. You know, they'll see two items in the air, you'll see which one they go for first. Or they'll see an item that you throw to them, they'll pick it up, and they'll drop it, wait for something else. So just watching them, you'll learn so much.
Thank you so much for that. And I have another question that I see from Miss King's class over here. And she wants to know, what kind of treats do you even put in some of these presents that are made for the chimps?
So we like to put a wide variety of things in there. We use like sunflower seeds, peanuts, dried fruit. We like to keep things, sugar-free and still healthy for them. We'll put fruit and veggies even in the enrichments, and they love it.
Do the chimps have like a certain preference on like what their favorite food is? And do they sometimes kind of fight over it? Like how maybe like siblings would fight over food?
That's a great question. There are some, food items that are higher ranked than others. Like Cody said, bananas, they love, of course, they love their bananas, and a lot of the fruits. Sweet potatoes are usually a very popular item. They also love, the special stuff, like sometimes we'll give them sugar-free peanut butter and things like that, so they get very excited about that.
Thank you so much for that. So I keep seeing some comments come in about how it was awesome to see Tonk out there, and what kind of adaptation do the chimps have? Because looking at some of the videos, you could see how they're using their hands to open stuff and even swinging from the ropes and climbing. So what kind of those natural adaptations, are those things that they're born with, or do they develop later on?
Sure. So you guys might have saw Lily clinging on to her mother Juniper in that video. So from a very early age, they're learning already to cling on to anything. So they build up strength very fast. They have to stay on the mother as they're swinging from place to place. So by the time they are able to do that themselves, they are so incredibly strong. So that's just simply with their climbing and their swinging abilities. As far as foraging goes, well, natural behaviors would be they spend most of the time in the wild looking for food all day. So something like this replicates that very well because it occupies their time looking for food. We make them search through the boxes. We put other things in there along with the boxes that you made us. We stuff them full of things. And they use their teeth, their claws, their hands. They carry it from place to place. All those things you would see them doing in the wild. That's a good, healthy animal to see them doing that in a zoo.
And what I thought was really neat, Cody, is that we had some really cool puzzle feeders that came through. So clearly the students at Palm Beach County were really listening well to the instructions, because some of the enrichments were so creative, and you could tell the chimps were having a blast with them.
You
And
guys definitely wrap boxes a lot better than I do. You guys did a fantastic job with it.
that I absolutely agree with, because I feel the same way with my wrapping paper skills too. So another question is, so how many chimps do we even have here at Lion Country Safari? And was that all of them in the video that we saw?
So we have 17 chimps here. We have 3 groups. So each group has its own alpha, and they would not get along with each other. So they all commanded their own group, and within that, they have friendships and family bonds within that group. So they all kind of, I mentioned earlier, we shift them from island to island. Not only do we not occupy the island they shift on, but no other group as well occupies the island. So they all have their own safe space, their own territory, as you would say, that they control for the day. And that was just our youngest group, actually. So that's the group that we're growing. You saw the 2 babies in there. So hopefully we grow that family even larger over the years.
Thank you so much. And we have another comment from Miss King's class, because she said that this is one of their favorite things, and the kids are so excited to see the chimps' excitement and watching the videos and opening up their enrichment. And she is asking, so how long have we been doing this? Because I know that we do, so with Palm Beach County School District, we've been doing this, what I would say, for about 10 years now. But do we know how long we've been doing the one that where our guests can actually come out, which we're hosting here in the next couple weeks?
I would say it's longer than I've been alive, that's for sure. It's been a tradition we've carried on strong for so many years, and we see people coming back every year that go to it every year. So it's been a success for longer than I have been alive. And just by how much we see people enjoy it, the chimps enjoy it just as much. They even know a couple of days ahead of time when we're setting up the observation island to watch. They know what day is coming. So that excitement builds for days for them as well as it does for us.
And what's really neat with the Palm Beach County School District one, so we started this about 10 years ago. And what's wonderful is that we had such a huge following, and all the students were really proactive in helping us to make the enrichments, that it got so popular that Santa heard about it from the North Pole. And then Santa actually contacted Chelsea right there in the middle in the red, and asked if he can kind of be a part of it and help, which was wonderful because, the fact that Santa was able to kind of visit here with everything going on, because it is his busy season right now, as we would know. So it is a really cool thing. And now it's become this tradition that we really enjoy having the students with Palm Beach County School District help us. I'm just going to do a couple more questions, and we're going to start to wrap it up. But I would like to ask you, would you be able to give us some more information on how can we help protect and save the chimps in the wild? And what is Lion Country Safari doing to kind of help those things?
Well, we participate in a lot of different conservation efforts. One of the things you briefly heard about that is harming their habitat is the mining. For the electronics and cell phones that are so popular today. Everybody has their cell phones and electronics attached to them. So yeah, we have them here. So it's very, very important that we're recycling, the cardboard, plastics, all of that those kind of things are very important to help preserve their habitats.
Thank
You all kind of helped out with helping chimpanzees by participating in Christmas with the Chimps. So thank you for helping save chimpanzees.
So we have a great question that just came through, and it says in our video that we were kind of just talking about communication skills, and we'll wrap it up after this question here, but it says that chimpanzees use various vocalizations and body language. But what do those gestures do to the chimps, and what do they mean? So when they're communicating to one another using certain gestures, like how would those body languages communicate to one another?
That's a really good question. Chimpanzees are, very similar to humans. It's like people, how we, I might wave and say hi to someone. Chimpanzees have different gestures that kind of let the others know what's happening, or, to help them communicate with them. An example you saw in the video was Jake kind of tossing his arm at us. They would do those kinds of things with each other as well. But that was kind of like, I'm over here, trying to get our attention and wanting us to throw him something. And when they communicate with each other, they like sometimes they'll have arguments or disputes, and then afterwards you'll see them, hugging each other and panting at each other, and those are just different ways that they communicate with each other, to resolve the disputes.
Thank you so much for answering that. That was actually a wonderful answer. I know that question was a little complicated, but that was a great answer. Yeah, absolutely. So again, we'd like to thank everybody so much for all of their efforts and the wonderful enrichments that we received. Again, Santa was so excited, and as you could tell, our chimpanzees were very excited too. And just to reiterate, so we have lots of animals here at Lion Country Safari. We have lions and rhinos and giraffes. And just to let everybody know, the chimpanzees are not the only ones that get Christmas enrichments this time of year. We always make sure that all of our animals are getting Christmas enrichments. And so what we would like to do is, again, thank you all so much for joining us. And we hope to see you all back here on Lion Country Safari. Again, we are live from Lion Country Safari in West Palm Beach, Florida. And it is a little bit of a rainy day on safari today, but rainy days are actually the best time to see the animals because everybody is really active and excited. So again, thank you all, Palm Beach County School District, and we really appreciate having you all help us with our enrichments this year. Happy holidays, everybody.